Om Om Sachidananda 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 Om Sachidananda. Welcome to the spiritual aspects of Agnihotra. In the last few weeks, we have covered the first four mantras of the Ishwar Stuti Pratnopasana, starting with Om Vishwani Dev and so on. Just want to catch up with a brief, very short review so that you have an idea how our rishis have placed these mantras, and it's such a wonderful sequence that we should have an understanding and appreciation about it. So the very first mantra, Om Vishwani Dev, that is trying to tell us, if I am with that Savita Dev by way of Upasana, then all the negativities of my mind are washed out. Because the day-to-day joy and pain of my life experience is nothing but fluctuation in my mind. And if they are made more sensible, they die out, then I am slightly detached from my day-to-day life functions, and I don't get that much disturbed. And also, because that is a precondition to be in Upasana, Chittaveti Nirodha, I must die out the fluctuations in my mind. And then only I am connected to that Savita Dev, the prerequisite being disconnection from my mind. And you can disengage from a system, say from an automobile, only if it has been brought to a dead stop condition. That is why it is very important to learn to bring my mind to an absolute inactive state so that I disengage from it, and then I am connected to that Savita Dev. And in this process, That Supreme Mother, that Supreme Father washes and services my mind so that all the negativities are washed out. Vishwani Duyitani Payasu. And then I am also blessed with lot of positive ideas and positivities that goes along with Yad Bhadyam Tanna Asu. So at the outset, I realize that that's the way to lead my life in this world. And then I say, Om Hiranyagarbha Samavat. I appreciate the beauty of this world that even before I came here, everything was in order because indeed the entire universe is in his womb. That's why he is called Hiranyagarbha Samavatatagge. Even before anything else, he has been existent. Bhutasya jata patiye kayasi. He is one and only one, and he has final authority over the entire universe, whether the material world or the sentient world. The material world is controlled by the laws of physics, the laws of natural forces. And we, all the humans and animals, birds, all kinds of living species, we are managed by the law of karma. So that Hiranyagarbha Samavatatage. At the outset he says, Sadadhaya Prithivim. He has made the sun, the earth, and all this before we came into being, so that all our needs are met properly. And then he sends us, each individual of us, Ya Atmada Balada Yasya Vishwa. So we are that tiny conscious entity, but then he envelops us with a domain of mind, and then I somehow entered into my father's body and then get transported into my mother's womb, and where the body layer is formed one after another. So I become a composite of body, mind, and myself. Me and my mind has been going through this cycle of birth and death since time immemorial. Hundreds, thousands of births and deaths I have experienced. And again, I am in this present life as a, and with a slightly privileged status as a human being that is slightly more advanced than animals. They perform mainly through instinct, and I have, though less amount of instinct, but I have intellectual faculty, my discriminatory ability. That's why a human being can rise above as well as fall down. This is an opportunity. So, Ya Atmada Balada recognizes the beauty of the human life, and he has given me the assets of body and mind. And Yasya Chaya Mitam Yasya Mrityu. If I choose to live under his shadow, then I will gain the immortality, thereby not taking the next birth again. And if I care not to see him, I deny his shadow, I deny his very existence, I have no harmony with him, then also I will die again. Though I am in his shadow, but I don't quite recognize it, realize it, then it is Yasya Mrityu. I will die again to be born again. Then last 2 weeks we have devoted to another interesting Vedic concept that takes our Three fingers of body, mind, and self to basically four fingers. Now I have body, mind, and self, and body and mind have an intermediate forces, very important forces. In medical terms, they are called as non-voluntary forces, and in Vedic vocabulary, it is called as pranic domain, pranic forces. This is a whole lot of family of five forces: pran, apan, vyan, saman, and udan. So last 2 weeks we discussed the fourth mantra, yah pranato nimishato mahitvaikitya. That not only he gives me the domains of body and mind, he is sitting in the background somewhere and he doesn't disconnect from me for even for a moment. He is always there, ensuring that all my vital functions are non-stop functioning. My heart is a bumping blood is circulating blood throughout the body. My brain processing all kinds of billions of data through the neurons and their complex networks. My respiratory system throwing away the used carbonaceous airs filled with carbon dioxide and absorbing clean air rich in oxygen from the atmosphere. And so many other things, digestion and detoxification of the body system. All this is happening non-stop at every nook and corner of my body system. So that was yapanato nimishato. Then there are certain forces. These pranic forces are cyclic non-stop. But nimishata is some one-time force that is called alpapran. We discussed through the eyelids. They close as if whenever something is approaching close to my eyes. It is a reflex action, was automatic. If there is a stimulus, it is like a knee jerk reaction. I don't think and decide, it just happens. And nothing happens by itself. He is there. He does all this. He ensures that I don't lag behind in very urgent circumstances. And then these are five alpapran responsible for sneezing, hiccups, yawning, and all such adjustments our body makes so as to bring the body system back to the equilibrium. So we are not just body, mind, and self. Our life force is sustained by him non-stop. So much close he is to us, even more than a mother or father could be. They couldn't be with us every moment, but he is supreme mother and father, always with us every moment. In this series, you might have noticed up till now, this is valid for human beings as well as all other species, animals, birds, marine species, fishes, etc. Even small tiny insects. All of them have body, mind, and self. Though their mind is programmed, they just, even their mind is functioning by that supreme being. In our case, in our mind, he is observing from a distance and gives us a freedom, isn't it? So we are not that much programmed. But nevertheless, we and the entire animal kingdom have the same, the identical soul, the consciousness. The mind is more or less same, but in their case, Mind is programmed every moment. In our case, he gives us a lot of freedom. And then comes pranic domain, that is also with all of us. All the animals, birds, and we also have them. Of course, our body looks different, but body cells are similar. Our scientists tell us they have done the genome mapping and they say 95% we are same as any other animal. After all, we are made of same matter. So this much. And today also we will take up the fifth mantra, Yena Devyoga. You will see that is also relevant to all the species. So this remark I am making slightly 1 week in advance. The remark I am making is the first five mantras are related to all the species, and from the sixth onward, there is something special for human beings. So let's go to the fifth one. Om Yena Yoga Prithvi Chadra Yena Swastabhitam Yena Naka Yo Antarikshe Ajaso Vimana Kasmai Devaya Visha Vidhema. The last quarter is same. Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhi, which was there in the second, third, fourth mantra as well as the fifth one. The four mantras out of the set of 8 has the same ending. Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhi. He is that supreme Dev to whom I offer Havisha, with him, with deep devotion and love and affection. Kasmai Devaya Havisha. So in my mind, he is the most beloved. I think of him and him alone. And that feeling gives rise to Upasana. So let's look at the first 3 quarters of it. And as has been our practice, I will read the passage from Panchamahavyajyavidhi, one paragraph, which has Padarth. Padarth means word to word meaning. It is in Hindi. I will, because this is from Maharishi Dayanand. Then I will read it from his commentary in Yajurveda. And then we will discuss all this is in the remaining hour. येन जिस परमात्मा ने उग्रा तीक्ष्ण स्वभाव वाले देव सूर्य आदि च और पृथ्वी भूमि को दृढ़ा धारण येन जिस जगदीश्वर ने स्व सुख को स्तभितम धारण और येन जिस ईश्वर ने नाकह दुख रहित मोक्ष को धारण किया है, यह जो अंतरिक्षे आकाश में रजसः सब लोक लोकांतरों को विमान विशेष मान युक्त अर्थात जैसे आकाश में पक्षी उड़ते हैं वैसे सब लोगों का निर्माण करता और भ्रमण कराता है, हम लोग उस कसमयी सुखदायक देवाय कामना करने के योग्य पर ब्रह्म की प्राप्ति के लिए सब सामर्थ्य से विशेष भक्ति करें. Reading it again from Yajurveda. This is 32 chapter, 32. And sixth month, I don't have to recite the month again. Again, now there are two paragraphs. Padartha, word meaning. हे मनुष्यों, जिस जगदीश्वर ने येन जिस जगदीश्वर ने उग्रा तीव्र तेज वाले देव प्रकाश युक्त सूर्यादि पदार्थ च और पृथ्वी भूमि दृढ़ की है, येन जिसने स्व सुख को स्तभितम धारण किया है, येन जिसने नाकह सब दुखों से रहित मोक्ष धारण किया, यह जो अंतरिक्ष से मध्यवर्ती आकाश में वर्तमान रजस लोक समूह का विमान विविध मान करने वाला है, उस कसमयी सुख स्वरूप देवाय स्वयं प्रकाशमान सकल सुखदाता ईश्वर के लिए हम लोग हमेशा प्रेम भक्ति से विधेम सेवा काजी व प्राप्त होवें। भावार्थ, हे मनुष्यों, जो समस्त जगत का धर्ता, सब सुखों का दाता, मुक्ति का साधक, आकाश के तुल्य व्यापक परमेश्वर है, उसी की भक्ति करो। We have read it, Maharishi Dayanand's interpretation of this mantra. Wonderful. Let's go through it again with slight amplification as much as I to my ability. Yena Deogra Prithvi Chadraha. This is first quarter. Yen is, ya is whatever that. It is a pronoun. Yen is, it is in singular and it is in what is called in English, I will say, in Sanskrit grammar it is titiya, which is means to do it. Could it be accusative? Yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure. So this is that case. Yen, by whom? By whom? Hmm? So yen is by whom. Dyoga. Dyo is something which is self-illuminating. We have discussed a couple of times. Moon also gives illumination in the evening, night, but it is not self-illuminating. It reflects the sunlight that falls upon it back to the earth. But the sun is self-illuminating. That is referred to here as dew. But we have discussed it. The sun is called Surya, and Ishwa is also called Surya because, yes, the sun is self-illuminating, but it is not quite self-illuminating. It has been made so by Ishwa, who is real, true, genuine self-illuminating. So Surya is actually really his name, Ishwar's name, but this sun functions as an agent of Ishwar. In particular, functioning like a self-illuminating, light-giving agent, and we call this also as Surya. But actually, Ishwar is the actual Surya. Like Ishwar is actual mother, but our mother is, she bears a fraction of qualities and attributes of Ishwar insofar, sorry about that, insofar so my mother is also Mata, but she is not 100% Mata. That only that Supreme Being is 100% Mata, but it is that Ishwar's kindness. When my mother was about to become a mother, that Ishwar planted certain seeds in my mother's mind that we call as motherly instinct, so that she also functioned to some extent as a mata. Is that clear? So this is a very strange Vedic vocabulary. We have to understand it. So Dev Dev is the self-illuminating sun, and its primary characteristic is Ugra. It's, it's like a fireball. It's at a millions of Kelvin of temperature there. Nobody can go close to it. It is a fusion reaction taking place every moment, releasing huge amount of energy that in bright sun we go outside and we feel it is too hot. We want to come back to our house and use air conditioning or a fan or something like that. So much heat it can give, so far away. So that is yoga. It is a constant supplier of energy. And then, as I said, there is a dipole, the sun and the earth. The earth is Prithvi. Prithvi is a word which means it is well expansive. If you come out in open, you don't see an end to it. It is a huge playground for all of us. That is why it is called Prithvi. And its attribute is Dada. It is a solid support. When I am standing on the land, on the ground, I don't fear that I will sink down. It is giving me stable support. And not only in a static manner, even in a dynamic manner, in the sense, though it is running at a speed of 100,000 kilometers per hour, but I am, I feel I am stationary, and I am sure you also feel like that. We cannot feel that we are on a airplane or on a rocket going at a speed of 100,000 kilometers per hour, 100 times faster than our modern jet planes. It just looks like a stationary, stable support. That is what this Prithvi is. So, then he tells in the second quarter a wonderful thing. We see the sun, we see the earth, but this is not the whole universe. He is everywhere, and he is described as Yena Swastavitam Yena Naka. So he is an agent, like the sun is the agent to give continuous source of energy, supply of energy, non-stop. The earth is his agent to give me a stable support, to hold me right upside up. And then he says, there is something more than sun and the earth, and that is Swaha. And we know it. Swaha is his name. In Gayatri Mantra we say, Om Bhuva Bhuva Swaha. So he has three names here, Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha. Bhu is he brought us into existence. Bhuva is, we have discussed last 2 weeks, sustenance through the pranic forces, and Swa is Sukha Swarup. He is an infinite reservoir of happiness. If I care to see him as much as I care to see the sun, the earth, if I had this kind of a vision in my mind that I can see him and be with him, then he guarantees I will feel non stop happiness. That's what Upasana is all about. If I am with him, no pain can strike me. I am always in full of joy, happiness, and bliss. So, as a human being, we go through all kinds of ups and downs of our life. And as I said, our mental state fluctuates through a spectrum of joy and pain. But if we are well connected to Him, then He guarantees that, like you are given non stop energy by the sun, non stop stable support by the earth, I will give you non stop joy, peace, happiness, and bliss. He is Swaha. What a wonderful meaning it is. And not only when you are in this world, yena swastavitam, yena naka. Naka is a very unusual word. Kaha we have discussed. Kasmai devaya havisha. Ka is his glory, his Ananda Swarup. And when we say Akaha, A is for negation, means Ka is not there. And then we say again Na. Na is another negation. So, like minus, let's say number 5, and if we put a minus sign, then it becomes minus 5. If we again put another subtraction, then minus of minus 5 becomes plus 5. This is interesting vocabulary. So, Naka is a very interesting word. Ka is Kasmai, that Ananda Swarup, Savita, Dev, Paramatma. That's Supreme Being. Then we put a minus sign, Akaha. So it becomes minus 1. And then we put another minus sign, that is Naka. Na is also negation. So Naka, we come back to that Ka. It's an interesting word. But it has a lot of meaning. There is a world where only He exists. Nothing else exists. And that's why Maharishi Dayanand, so nice of him, he has translated it as a moksha sukha. So swa is a sukh, a pleasure and happiness that I can derive every moment as a human being when I am connected to Him. And if I have led this life, if as a human being I have been connected to Him, then He guarantees that upon physical death, which everybody of all of us will go through, then He will take me to another world, that is Naka, when there will be only me and Him, nothing else in this world. After death, before death, I will be in His lap and taste Swaha. What a So He is telling me, universe is not just the sun and the earth and what is visible world. I am also there. A very beautiful meaning He is telling us. and I will carry you in my lap even after your death to keep you with myself forever. So that's what he has told us. येन देवयुगा पृथ्वी चदढ़ा येन स्वस्तभितम येन नाक. I am reminded of this Sandhya mantra also. Interesting also. Just because the term Swaha comes there. There are three mantras before Mansa Paikyama called Agmashan mantra, related to the philosophy of creation. I will just aside them and not go into the meaning, detailed meaning, but just bring out because that Swa is coming here also. Om mitancha satyancha vidha tapaso adhyajayata tato atyajayata tatah samudro anava. This is a general statement that the world is Rit and Satya. The visible world is Satya, and underlying principles, the laws of forces, the laws of physics, they are the Rit. And that is what makes this world, universe, the sun and the earth function as they do. So first statement was merely that he is the maker of it and he makes it out of his knowledge, that is idhat, and his ability to make it, that is tapas. Ritan sadhya vidha tapaso adhyajayat tato atyajayat tatah samudro. Statement, he is the maker, just like a carpenter makes the desk, because he has the knowledge and ability to act upon wood. He has jnana and karma, and in this case, that is called as iddha and tapas. Then the next one, samudradhanavadadi samvatsaro ajayat. Then he makes the samvatsar, the time. How does he make time? He makes things move. If there is nothing moving, there is no time. So he makes the very first particle move, and then he makes all kinds of gigantic bodies and things, they are moving. And that is what is being considered in today's Ved mantra. But let me go. For the purpose, I have sidetracked. The third mantra. Surya Chandra Masaudhata Yatha Purvama Kalpaya. Divancha Prithivinchanta Ikshamathos. This mantra is very close to what we are discussing. Again, Dew, the sun, and Prithvi has been mentioned, and there is Antariksha also, the in between the space. That's the next word we will be talking about. And Surya and Chandra is also mentioned. The last word was, let me recite it again, Surya Chandra Masaudhata. He is holding them. Yatha Purvama Kalpaya, as he had been doing in the previous designs of his universes. Divancha Prithvincha Antarikshamatho Swaha. The last word is Swaha. So he is guaranteeing, though I have made the earth, the sun, the earth, and in between space, but that's not the whole universe. Swaha also exists everywhere. It's a beautiful meaning. And more or less the same meaning is being discussed in the present fifth mantra of the Ishwar Stuti Pratnopasana. I have covered the first two quarters, namely Yena Devyuga Prithvi Chadara, first quarter, then next was Yena Swasta Vitam Yena Nak. He is holding not only the sun and the earth, he is holding with us another lok, another domain called Swa. And not only that, he holds another domain ready for us to enter into it. Naka. That's what Kapil is saying at the start of the Sankhya. Athati vid dukh atyant niveti atyant purushat. Atyant niveti, getting away in absolute sense from all kinds of ti with dukh, all kinds of pain and suffering. So our rishis chalked out a way of life so that I can be away from all pain and suffering in total absolute sense. And that world is Naka. That's where the author of Sankhya guaranteed that he will teach us the way of life, the Atyanta Purushartha, so that I can get away Atyanta Nivritti from Ti with Dukh, all the three kinds of Dukh, namely Adhyatmic, Adibhatik, and Adidevik, and in absolute sense. That is Naka. So it's not just the sun and the earth, there is a Swahalok where I can go right now as I am in this human body. And also there is another world called Naka. Upon departure from this world, I can enter into that world of Naka forever, almost forever. That much he has told us. Now he says, Yo antarikshe rajaso vimanah kasmai devaya havisha. Antariksh, between the space between the sun and the earth, the whole space, primarily vacuum, is called Antariksh. Antar, in between. Rajaso, as we are familiar with, the Prakete, matter, has three modes: Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Sattva, Patanjali gives them the working nomenclature as Prakash Kiya Sthiti. So Sattva is for Prakash, it illuminates my knowledge, my buddhi is primarily Sattva Pradhan because it must give me knowledge. But it has some element of Rajas also. Rajas is Kiya, action based. So upon acquisition of knowledge, we also are action oriented. Karma. So Rajas is for dynamism, Kriya, movement. So Viman is typically said for airplanes, but as I said, the Vedic words have the hidden meaning within themselves. So V is an upsarg, a prefix, Vishishtārthe. V means something special, Vishesh. Man is a very important word. Man is, it is very standardized thing. Manak. Like what is a meter? There is a particular scientific laboratory in Paris where a particular metal rod is lying there. And at certain temperature, that length is a meter. That is called as manak. That standardizes the measurement of meter, so called how to measure the length of anything. So many meters, so many centimeters. So somebody asks, what is a meter? Of course, we have a scale, we have a measuring tape, we say this is a meter. But if somebody asks, how do you know this is a meter? Then scientists tell us that particular laboratory, that particular metal rod is 1 meter. That is standardized. All the things are standardized in scientific world. So that standardization is called man. So we are being told it's not just the sun and the earth comprise the solar system. There are many other things in this. They are called as Viman. The Mars, the Venus, Plato, Neptune, Saturn, and all kinds of tiny moon-like subplanets. And then sometimes some other body comes close to our solar system. We call it comet, and all kinds of bodies are there. But all of them, they don't move around haphazardly. They have a standardized trajectories. Every planet and subplanet must follow a very prescribed trajectory. Prescribed by whom? That supreme being. And that's why they are called as Viman. There is a similar term. I'm digressing a bit, but I want you to understand our language and vocabulary and how people misunderstand also. So I just mentioned Sankhya by Kapil and his opening statement, Athati Viddukhatyant Niveti Atyant Purushat, in the context of the word Naka. So he is trying to spell out what is the Atyant Purushat, the absolute effort that a human being can make so that I can be absolutely away from three types of pain and suffering that strike us. That same Kapil goes further in Sankhya and then he teaches us how to meditate, how to bring our mind calm. And before then, he wants to tell us what our mind is. And in certain other contexts, I have said, mind comprises three units, buddhi, ahankara, and man. This is his vocabulary. Then at one place he tells what are their functions. He says buddhi adhyavasayo. It is discriminatory ability. Our buddhi, that's why we call it intellect. We discriminate between right and wrong. And animals don't do this. They perform instinctively because they are programmed. They just do what they are programmed to do. But we are always confronted with choices, multiple choices, multiple options, and we have to apply our mind as a whole, in particular our buddhi, and decide what is right and wrong, good and bad, truth and falsehood, and that is what makes us a human being. Buddhi, adhyavasayo. Then he says, ahankar, abhiman vritti. The word is abhiman there. Just now we have discussed the word viman. The prefix has changed. Instead of vi, it has become abhi. The prefix abhi is usually when you do it in a very conscious manner. Abhinay, abhikalp. If you make something, it is kalp. If an engineer makes it with a lot of engineering drawing and very specific specifications, then it is not just kalp, it is abhikalp. So what is the function of ahankar told to us by Kapil? He's saying, Abhiman. What is Abhiman? It's very simple. If I see something to the eyes, my five senses bring knowledge to the mana. Now, the visual sensation when I see through the eyes, that is carried forward by man to ahankar. Ahankar will send it onwards to buddhi. But before that, what does he do? Abhiman vetti. He makes a copy of that. If I am seeing a cow, yes, I see a cow, but then I turn around my neck. If somebody asks me, do you remember you saw a cow? I say, yes, I remember it. And in my mind, I have a picture. Where do I get that picture from? From my memory. So in my memory, that unit that is called ahankar, before he sends it to buddhi, he makes a copy of it. And that copy is called abhiman. Because he makes exact copy. Abhiman. And then he stores it carefully in his filing cabinet. So ahankar is our memory device which faithfully measures exactly the cow is like that and makes a copy of that and keeps it for my future reference. And next day when I think about that cow, on my buddhi, I see that cow because ahankar has maintained, has kept that picture faithfully. So this word abhiman, I like to say, I am slightly uncomfortable, I feel bad that the simple meaning of ahankar has not been understood by all the modern scholars of Sankhya. And they have made a mess out of it. And not having understood the human mind properly, as described in Sankhya, they haven't understood the philosophy of yoga because yoga is nothing but to control this mind. If you don't know how your mind functions, how can you control it? If you don't know how a car functions, you cannot drive it, is it not? So these are a sad state of affair, but I made a distraction from Viman to Abhiman and so on and so forth. So here we are being told that beautiful design of the universe is not just the sun and the earth, there is another invisible domain, Swa domain. And through the Swa domain, one tunnel, if you so to say, one passage goes to Naka, absolutely away from pain and suffering. And then he's saying to me, the sun and the earth is a dynamic system, solar system, and he only knows how to balance it properly so that the earth is not shaking. Dynamic system of a has the balancing and stability of a dynamic system is a very, very complex process. Have you ever seen a road being made? If you see a road being made, there is a huge road roller, very heavy. It walks through the road to make it a final plane. But do you know it? If an engineer measures the surface of the road is never absolutely plain. There is always a waviness. There is always a waviness. Anything that you take in life, even this desk, it looks like plain, but when it is viewed from a microscope, There is no single simple plane. There will be a waviness. Not, not probably we cannot see through the eyes, but there will be a slight up and down, cast and trough. That is the challenge. Even a bicycle is moving. Can it be stable? It requires great effort to make it dynamically stable. Have you ever thought why Earth is so stable? Because there are so many balancing bodies, so many other planets in the solar system. They are also going through a very peculiar trajectories. Their locations are different, and I'm sure scientists must have worked it out. Dynamics of a dynamic system, and they must have studied the overall stability of the Earth. Does it wobble like this as it moves around? And while it is moving around, it is spinning around its own axis to complete one revolution in 24 hours to cause day and night also. All these complex things are happening, and for us to have many kind of seasons, the axis of the Earth is slant by say 22 degree or so. And in such a situation, the Earth must give us a stable support. That is made possible. That there is nothing, it's only the not the sun and the earth in the solar system. There are many, many other planets and subplanets. They are also moving fast. And all they have different sizes, different orbital distances, different path, trajectories, and time duration they cover that path is very different. But all this has been designed by that Supreme Being in such a manner that our Earth is a stable dynamic system. There is no waviness. It's absolute plain. That was just an analogy to explain to you. We cannot afford to have anything absolutely plain because always there are some perturbations. And that perturbations is the cause of instabilities. So a system dynamically is always made that even the minutest instability is made to die out. If it expands, there will be absolute failure of that engineering system. Like we have sometimes the accidents in Disney World, etc. If a big wheel, if something malfunctions, it becomes unstable, then you can just imagine it will be catastrophic. So that's what we are being told that the solar system and then the solar system is also a part of galaxies. All these things mind boggling. We cannot even understand the kind of distances, the kind of speeds, and the kind of all that is time frames are involved. All this is there so that our Earth is like Viman. It follows exactly the same trajectory that our scientists have to gather once in a while and have to correct their atomic clocks once in a while. A couple of years ago, they adjusted by 1 second so as to remain in sync with the Earth's movement. So much is the precision in such a huge system. The level of precision is so minute, while the system is gigantically big. Speeds are enormous. That's his glory as a soul Viman. The ending is the Kasmai Devaya Havisha Videm. we want to continuously offer all our feelings, positive feelings to Him. Be close to Him and feel that, yes, I live on the earth, but I live in Swahalok. That will be the best human life. We will discuss the next mantra, Prajapati, and then we will notice that henceforth the remaining three mantras are relevant specifically to human beings. Up till now, these five mantras are relevant to all the species who have that pranic body, pranic domain. Thank you very much for your attention. We'll meet again next week.